Hi guys, it's Carrier and I'm back with another video. This time it's a draw with me. Today I'm drawing Aqua from Konosuba. This is an older video per se, as you guys can tell from my setup. And this was around last year and I was con crunching. I drew this in preparation for an artist alley. And yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have any video out last week. I've been super overwhelmed with meetings, and I know that I promised a video about my setup this week, but I have to wait till it gets approved and things like that, and so I didn't want to not post for another week. So here's an old video. I was gonna squeeze this into like a vlog or some sort, but I just didn't have it in me to edit a vlog. And also in my house recently, because of the winter freeze that's been happening here in Georgia, my pipes busted. So because of that, I had to move a lot of the stuff from the garage into the living room. So my house is super messy. So outside of my office, I do not feel super comfortable filming my place, and it's just been a lot of stress to deal with. So this week's video is a little bit more of a cozy one, and I'm so sorry for the awkward angles. This was like before I got a proper camera stand, so the angles in this video will be at an angle per se, so I'm sorry. But I did try to like slow it down a little bit and not speed it up so much like in my regular drawing videos, especially since I know that's a little bit jarring with me moving too much. Normally I speed up my videos by like 900%, but for this video I tried to not speed up a lot of the clips, or only up to like 200%. So I hope the style is nice. And I also apologize for my very dusty tablet. I didn't like clean it at the time. I'm not currently using the Vike anymore. I'm using this other tablet, but I did enjoy using this drawing tablet for a long time. And yeah, you guys see my old desk setup before I got everything the way it currently is. So yeah, I hope this is a little bit more relaxing. And yeah, this drawing did not take me too long. I was drawing it well on Discord with my friends, which I miss doing these days, but I've been so busy with a lot of admin stuff and trying to prepare my online shop for launch that I haven't had a lot of the time to do a lot of personal work. So watching this really reminisces on how I need to get my stuff together so I can have time to draw the way I want to, because I know a lot of you guys subscribe to me for my art study vlogs. I haven't had a lot of chance to do that either, on top of like my whole home situation with the winter freeze. Our pipes busted, and it caused us to not have water for a couple days, and management took several weeks to get that fixed. So that was so painful to deal with. Like, I've been enjoying Georgia a lot so far, except for the winter. The winters are really harsh. So, and I grew up in Florida and I was born in Haiti. Dealing with this cold has not been fun. That's also another reason that in my free time that I haven't been drawing as much. I just been playing Pokemon, the new Pokemon game, and it's been pretty fun, but it's been such a grind, guys. Like, it's an open world game, so you can like legit go anywhere you want. So I was like, okay, I could go anywhere I want, but there's no power scaling, so a lot of the time I would be under leveled or over leveled, and more of the times for me I would be under leveled. So I had a lot of hard time fighting the electric gym, which was super embarrassing, and trying to get a Titan, which is one of the quest lines in the game, so that way you can unlock more options for your rides. So that's what I've been doing lately since it's been super cold. I haven't been drawing a lot in my free time, but I do want to make more of a habit of it. At the same time, my New Year's resolution is to have a lot more fun with art, so that way when I am stressed out, I'm more likely to pick it up. Especially since I became a full-time artist recently, art has been feeling like a chore more of the time. Instead of just drawing to have fun, I'm thinking about the algorithm, I'm thinking about the sponsors, I'm thinking about, oh, what type of merch can I turn this into? So, which is a lot of the reason why I mostly draw fan art. I don't really do a lot of art for fun, even though at the same time that I do have fun with fan art, especially with this current one I'm drawing with Aqua from Konosuba. I really enjoy the series, and it looks like Megumi's getting her own spin-off show, which is nice. It was one of the only like isekai animes that I really enjoyed. It was really funny. Isekai animes are basically animes where the whole trope is the main character dies and goes into another world. So that's the whole premise of those types of anime. Konosuba makes fun of that genre. So if you watch a lot of other isekai animes like Re:Zero or Log Horizon, I'm not sure if Log Horizon counts. But yeah, I don't have a lot on top of my head, but I really did enjoy the show. But the whole point that I'm making with feeling the pressure to mostly draw fan art, since my other source of income is artist alleys, where I find that fan arts perform the best. So I signed up for another convention. I wasn't able to do a lot towards the end of the last year, since it did get a little bit expensive, especially after the move, that I need to take a step back and work on some other revenue streams, which was mostly a lot of sponsorships, which helped a lot with all the moving expenses. So now I'm ready to tackle on some more. I didn't get approved to MomoCon, which is one of the bigger conventions here in Atlanta, which was sad. But I've applied to a lot of other ones, like Dragon Con. I hope that I get into that one. I'm hoping to apply to Anime Week in Atlanta, since I do not like traveling for conventions, since they're like a hit or miss sometimes. They're super time consuming, but for the most part they're super fun. But the convention I did get into recently is Atlanta Comic Con. That's in February 2023, I think February 24th or so. I'm excited to attend that one, and for this convention I'm gonna be mostly focused on stickers instead of trying to do as much as possible. So yeah, there's gonna be more fan arts for me because of that, since I'm trying to get a lot of income sources for the first quarter of the year, so I could balance myself out, as well as it's tax season. I did save some amount for taxes, but again, as self-employed artists in the United States, you have to set aside around 25 to 30%, and so I'm trying to do a lot more conventions to recoup the cost of that, and trying to open up my online shop as well. I've been working on that for so long, since I had it open before, but I mostly did print on demand, and that did not go really well for me. And so this time I invest a lot of money to getting all of my own equipment. The main thing that's been holding me back has been shipping. I'm very scared to deal with shipping. I want to offer shipping worldwide, but I am not registered to collect VAT taxes in most territories, and I'm gonna be super clear up front with that. I tried selling on Etsy, but with the nature of the type of work I sell at the moment, which is mostly fan art, Etsy isn't a good platform for me. So for a limited time, I'm just going to be selling a lot of fan arts on my online shop, shop.carritube.com. It's going to open up soon. I partnered up with this manufacturer. I'm going to be able to, I've been making some magnets and pins, so it's going to be really nice. And back to the drawing. For the eyes, I tried doing the Among Us trend, and as you guys can see, I had the Among Us in her eyes. I had a lot of fun drawing this actually. This didn't take me too long, since it was just like a bust up drawing, which is something that I like to do a lot. So this took me like a little bit over an hour, maybe an hour and 30 minutes. The eyes was really fun to draw, man. And I actually sold that at one of the conventions I did last year. I don't remember which one. I put it on a hard mouse pad, and it sold really well. I think it did well as stickers too, so that's gonna be something that is gonna be coming on my online shop as well. And I definitely plan to draw more of the cast from the show, like Darkness, Megumi, of course. I was working on this full body drawing of Megumi, but I sucked with the pose, so I abandoned it. So I'm gonna revisit that, but I'm gonna make more of a chibi version of her, and as well as Cosmo, another one of the main characters. And I was really hoping for this show to get a third season instead of a spin-off series, because it was just really hilarious. And speaking about isekai animes, another one that I've been watching recently that's pretty new is called, I think it's called I Saved Up 80,000 Coins for Retirement in Another World. I've been enjoying that one a lot since the main character is actually a female, and she's just like hustling and grinding in another world. For the most part, the plot for that one doesn't make as much sense, but I've just been enjoying the whole crazy concepts of it all. It just came out, so it only has like a couple episodes out so far. I definitely recommend it. I heard about it on a TikTok. I'm definitely going to be doing some fanfics of that character, not necessarily because I think it's gonna sell, because I don't think that isekai anime is super popular. I just really like the main character. It's just really funny. There's not many isekais recently that it revolves around a woman's perspective. It's nice to see how the very first thing that she does in the show is just try to fend for herself, based on the title without me spoiling it. And yeah, and I wanted to say I'm so sorry again for the awkward angles. That was past me. In more future draw with me's, I plan to have a direct top down, so that way you guys can see my drawing process much better. The program that I'm using as always is Clip Studio Paint, and I love this program to death. And the controller that you guys saw earlier on the side, that was my Toolbox remote. That one is the non-wireless version, so that means I just connect it directly to my computer. I've recently upgraded and got the wireless version, so that's what you guys saw of some of my other videos. So yeah, and another thing I want to say is that Aqua isn't my favorite character in the show per se. I just find her really funny. I like Darkness a lot, even though her humor is kind of crazy, but Megumi is definitely the best. Megumi, I even got a cosplay of Megumi for conventions. But I saw this reference online of Aqua, of her, because she has the most memeable face. I was trying to like replicate that, and also she's the most iconic character. I feel like from all the from the crew, from the show, that people are able to recognize far away. So that's what I did. I plan to do more, as I mentioned before. And as far as my self-learning for animation, I'm gonna be trying to make a couple of short animations for this year. My goal is to make 5 short animations, and to learn Toon Boom Harmony, since I paid for a year license of it last year for class, and that expires I think in August. So that's my way I'm gonna tackle it instead of the traditional get a course. I'm probably gonna watch a lot of courses and videos, but I'm focusing more on trying to learn animation through project base. I went over that more in my latest video, which was more of a podcast. It was super long, but I did add the timestamp to it. So that's how I'm going to be going about it. I've just been burnt out from editing the steady vlogs because of my current situation with the whole winter freeze, because it's getting super cold. But once that's fully resolved, since we do have a plumber and somebody else coming to fix the roof, because due to the freeze it caused the water pipes to burst, which caused some flooding a little bit, and then the ceiling fell from all that damage. Hopefully when the management comes to fix all that and I'm able to clean up my house, I'll feel more confident. I'll be doing more of those vlogs. I've been cooking a lot more recently, mostly using the air fryer. I like showing like the whole process per se of my day when it comes to studying, because that's the thing I struggle with a lot on a day-to-day basis when self-learning is that discipline. And a lot of that comes from me not having enough energy throughout the day, and I notice that's based on mostly due to my diet. Like, I don't eat properly, so I don't have enough energy to do the stuff that I really want to do, and get mostly burnt out from a lot of other business admin stuff that when it comes to art and then the learning, I'm like burnt out. So that's also personally why I like to showcase my process and journey in a vlog, showing what I do when I wake up, how I structure my day, what I eat. Like, as artists, I feel like it's really easy to forget to eat when we're working on the computer. I don't even think it's exclusively an artist thing. I feel like most gamers deal with that. Any creative person that spent all their time on their desk, it's really easy to forget to take care of ourselves. That's also why I upgraded recently to a standing desk and trying to exercise, because all of that is super important in having a longevity in art, or else you end up burning yourself out. So that's what I aim to do in my upcoming videos and vlogs. I will be sprinkling in some old content since I'm really slow. It takes me forever to edit stuff. Those conventions that I attended last year, I vlogged all of them. I still haven't went to the footage. The main reason is that like I'm super chaotic when it comes to filming, so it makes editing them very stressful, meaning that I film everything with like no purpose in mind. I'm like, oh, this might be interesting for a video, but I don't know what type of video, and then I end up having so much footage and going through so many things ends up being tiring. A lot of it is like useless, boring stuff. That's something I think I'm gonna keep in mind for now for future vlogs that I want to do, since I do want to share all those process. I definitely think it's worth it for every artist to table at a convention once. It teaches you so many skills about selling your art, and also it gives you that confidence too to see how people react to your art in the real world, because I would have a lot of insecurities about selling my art since I had a failure from selling online at first, where I didn't make any sales for several months. And in general, I feel a lot of insecurities about my art since I'm still a beginner in my career, I feel like. But selling in person and seeing people's reaction to my art, even little kids, because since I draw a lot of fan arts, a lot of Pokemon fan art, my art is very colorful. That's ended up being the target audience that I attracted a lot of cons, which was really surprising, completely different to the type of audience I attract online, which is mostly people my age and older that are learning. So it was like a really nice eye-opening experience for me and gave me a lot of confidence to like try to pursue this full-time. Because when I did do that was my goal last year, and I didn't even reach it until like halfway through, and that was when I did my first couple conventions. And even then, my first convention actually lost money. I didn't make like I couldn't even make the table money back because I was over ambitious. I had poor planning, and also the convention was much smaller. It didn't necessarily have my target audience. On top of that, I wasn't placed in the right place. Your placement at conventions matter a lot, which is something that you don't always have control over. So I was placed in a way where the flow of traffic wasn't coming directly to me. But even then, it was still a nice experience where I learned from it that helped me succeed at the next table I tabled at, which was a much bigger convention. Even then, looking back at it now, I still wasn't as prepared as I would like to. I was running on basically no sleep, and that's not something I'm gonna try to have for this upcoming convention in Atlanta. I'm gonna definitely try to plan more, which is why there might be some slower uploads, but I'm gonna still upload. It's just me overthinking. I can do this. I just overthink when it comes to the editing, especially since social media and the sponsorships are my main income. I overthink about the algorithm that I just don't post sometimes. So I definitely can just work on my time management skills much better, so I could balance it all. So that way I can continue posting for you guys, because it's also very therapeutic making these types of videos and making content in general. And yeah, and with this drawing, I definitely could have done more. My lines are still super messy, which is something that I was super insecure about. But in person, nobody seems to notice or care when they bought my artwork of this drawing. So some of that is like my perfectionism, but again, it doesn't excuse for me not to improve my art. And I hope this was super insightful And if you guys like this, check out these other draw with me's that I have on my channel. I'll catch you next time. Bye!